The Industrial Revolution was a large step forward for innovation in America. This new age of technology allowed cities to grow, businesses to expand, and opened a new gateway for possibilities for trade across the country as cars replaced horses and trains replaced wagons. With these new changes and the turn of the 19th century looming close behind, the age of the cowboy was quickly coming to an end. So the year is 1902. Infamous outlaws like Johnny Ringo, Jesse James, and Billy the Kid are all but extinct. But the meanest, all the outlaws to ever walk the lands was a man so evil, so vile, that history itself did everything in its power to forget about him. That man was none other than Freddie Four-Eyes. Freddie Four-Eyes was not to be trifled with. He was cunning, strategic, and he had the fastest hands in the West. His weapon of choice, the Mauser C-96. The Mauser C-96 was a weapon ahead of its time. The first copies made their way to Americas roughly around 1896. Semi-automatic, effective at 200 meters, it was a German manufacture that spread like wildfire. It was a tool that waged many wars for the German empires in the early 1900s. During the 1890s alone, Freddie Four-Eyes amassed up to 30 murders and still managed to slip past the noose. But to play devil's advocate, Freddie wasn't a man to start trouble, so it's said that most of those killings were out of his own self-defense. I suppose he had a little bit of trouble adjusting to the new world order of things. I'm not saying what he did was right. All I'm saying is I understand. Finally, the U.S. government realized that this man needed to be taken care of. They sought bounty hunters, marshals, and even other outlaws in exchange for a pardon just to get this guy. But with no other takers, they turned to the man himself, Wyatt Earp. He also said no. In his own words, he was too old for this shit. Months went by and the US government couldn't find a man that would track down Freddie Four-Eyes. I mean, they scraped the bottom of the bucket looking for someone to take the contract. And, lo and behold, someone did. A young bounty hunter by the name of Johnny Slowdraw. What would you call a man that is so gifted, so proficient at what they do? Well, whatever it wasn't Johnny Slowdraw. He was already going on his 10th year as a bounty hunter when he took the Freddie Four-Eyes contract, and he had yet to finish one on his own. He felt like he had to prove himself. I mean, I don't blame him. Most people didn't even realize he was a bounty hunter at all. If someone like him brought in someone like Freddie Four-Eyes, that would definitely turn some heads. Oddly enough, Johnny Slowdraw wasn't the only one looking to send Freddie Four-Eyes to the gallows. He was accompanied by a unique individual.
I swear to the Lord above, Cornelius, if common sense was free, you'd still be 2 nickels short of a pissant staller.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not surprised.
Madeline, I said I was sorry.
Sorry? You're sorry. You got us kicked out of town.
It was an honest mistake.
Forgetting to water the rose bushes is an honest mistake. Not feeding the cows for a day is an honest mistake. What you did was a lot more than an honest mistake.
It's not like I did it on purpose.
And Daddy worked so hard to get you that job as a deputy. And what do you do on your first day? You shoot the mayor's favorite horse.
He was acting suspicious.
It's a horse! That's how they always look. And now our family's name is tarnished.
Maybe we can work something out.
Nope, that's enough from you. You'd be swinging by now if Daddy hadn't talked to the mayor.
Oh, come on, Madeline. Surely there's a way that I can bring honor back to our family.
You could ride your horse off a cliff.
I'm serious. Anything to get us back into town.
You could catch Freddie Four-Eyes, bring him to the mayor. I'm sure he'd piss his pants if you did that.
Then that's what I'll do.
He'd gun you down faster than green grass through a goose.
All right, that one don't make no sense.
Neither does you going after somebody like Freddie Four-Eyes. The day you bring him in is the day I change my name to Magdalene.
Like the prostitute?
She was a lady.
I just need you to have a little bit of faith, all right?
We all did. And then you shot a horse.
Just you wait, little sister. A month from now, I'll return with Freddie Four-Eyes, and you'll see what kind of man I am.
A little piece of advice. When he does kill you, try not to scream too loud. Have some dignity before you go.
Oh, don't you worry about me. I'll see you in a month!
Lord, all I ask is that you make his death as quick and painless as possible.
And just like that, Freddie Four-Eyes was being hunted by 2 idiots instead of 1. No, it wouldn't take long before their paths eventually crossed.
Mister?
Sir, I was wondering if you could help me for just a moment.
Well, what can I do you for?
Well, see, I'm looking for a man. He's got 4 eyes, goes by the name of Freddie. You, might have seen him around?
You wouldn't be talking about Freddie Four-Eyes now, would you?
Yeah, you seen him?
Son, you know he doesn't have 4 eyes, right?
Of course he does. Why else would they add the 4 eyes after Freddie?
Because he wears glasses. Spectacles.
Oh, that's a bunch of malarkey. Ain't no outlaws wear no spectacles.
You ever seen him?
No.
How do you know what he looks like? For all you know, I could be Freddie Four-Eyes.
Nah, you ain't Freddie Four-Eyes.
How you figure?
You ain't got 4 eyes.
Look, if you're looking for Freddie Four-Eyes, you're going the wrong direction. He's that way.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. You know, they say he's a dangerous man. Worst of his kind. If you want any chance of taking him down, you should team up with me.
Are you serious, sir? I don't want to be a nuisance or anything.
No, I insist. At the very least, while he's pumping you full of lead, I can take him down.
Sounds good with me.
What the hell is that?
It's bump knuckles.
What?
My sister does it to my face all the time. I figured it would symbolize our sudden cooperation and understanding.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Follow me.
Well, I got me a partner now.
Now that the two had properly met, they rode for days at a time to catch up with Freddie Four-Eyes before they lost his trail. With an odd stroke of luck that was in the form of a deleted scene, the two caught wind that Freddie Four-Eyes was heading south for Mexico.
You know, I never did ask, but why you want Freddie Four-Eyes so bad?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter? I never heard of you before.
What? Really?
No, only bounty hunters I ever heard of was, Nasty Nate, Tommy Two Guns, and, Willem the Wolf.
Well, I bet you none of them have been doing it as long as I have. You ever heard of the infamous Butcher Bill?
Who hasn't? Wait, was that you that brought him to the noose?
Well, not exactly, but I was a few towns over when they brought him in.
Well, I'll be a toothless hound. You must really know your stuff then.
Hey, man, when you've been in the game 10 years, you tend to learn a thing or two. Well, what about you? You're obviously not a bounty hunter.
Well, that's, quite the tale. You see, I kinda shot the mayor's favorite horse, and, the town kicked me and my sister out. So I kinda figured that maybe if I could bring back Freddie Four-Eyes, then you know, they let us back in, and that would be that.
You shot the mayor's horse.
You had to be there, man.
Speaking of which, what the hell is this thing you've been riding on these past few weeks?
Oh, Baxter? He's an import. Mama says he's special, kind of like me.
I'm just gonna ride ahead for a little while, okay?
Okay. Me and Baxter are gonna hold things down from the rear. You done good, boy.
And so they carried on with their voyage across the land with a few hiccups along the way. But, nevertheless, they closed in on Freddie Four-Eyes until finally their journey had come to fruition.
Whoa, hold up.
Is it actually him? Oh boy.
Let's stable our horses over there.
Well, I'll be a suck egg mew. He really does wear spectacles. What do you think he's writing?
Probably something sinister.
Day 68. Mexico is just within my grasp. Then I'm all free. Also, it's been 2 days since the bump on my testicles appeared. It is slowly getting bigger with each passing day. I am both terrified and aroused by this revelation.
Yeah, definitely something evil.
Anyways, we need a plan.
Oh, I think I've got one.
You know, no offense, kid. I'm the professional. So why don't we just follow my lead?
It's a good plan.
Alrighty, let's hear it.
Okay, so I was thinking you could sneak around the right there, and I would stay here and provide you cover and fire. That way, we pin him from 2 sides, and he can't go nowhere.
What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, are you mentally ill? Don't you know how this works? Listen, it's the worst plan I've ever heard. We go out there with our weapons holstered, make him aware of our presence. We take away the element of surprise. Because it's just not fair, all right? That's how we do it.
Well, I suppose you are the professional.
You're damn right I'm the professional. Let's move. Go on.
Can I say the catchphrase?
No, it's gotta be the bounty hunter.
That don't mean nothing.
It's gotta be the bounty hunter. Not some schmuck who gets beat up by his sister.
All right, that's not fair.
Reach for the sky.
Spread 'em!
What the f?
I'm sorry, I panicked.
I was wondering when one of you bounty killers was gonna go and catch up with me.
You're wanted dead or alive, Four-Eyes. Come quietly. This won't get ugly.
How can you live with yourself, friend? Men like you and me, we used to be kings around these lands. Then they come in with their 4-wheel machines, replace our horses. Suddenly the world's got to change.
You've killed a lot of people, Four-Eyes. It's time you atone for it.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Killing, murdering, homicide. I never killed nobody that didn't deserve it. The suits and the higher-ups wanted me to adapt to their new rules, adapt to their new ways of life. And what happened when I said no? They cast me out and labeled me a monster.
The world's changing, Four-Eyes. Whether we like it or not. There's no sense in trying to stop it.
You've given up already.
I've adapted.
You don't mean that. I can see it in your eyes. The pain, the fear. You know, you and I ain't so different. Come with me. Together we can take a stand against the New World Order. Together we can show them that the age of the cowboys ain't quite done yet. God, the stories they'll tell about us, we could live forever.
I can't change the world, Four-Eyes. And neither can you. All we can do is slip our boots on, tighten up our belts, and put one foot in front of the other.
Then you are lost. I had hoped that I could sway you, but I guess I was wrong.
That's gotta be a first.
That's the first time I've ever hit anything.
Albino Bigfoot! Where? Damn it! Damn it, the professionals.
Listen, okay, there's two of us, one of him.
Yeah.
Let's just start shooting until something good happens, okay?
Okay.
All right. You just shot a 6 bullet. You know what that means?
I'll be honest, I never learned to count by 5. I don't know what 6 is.
It means he's out of ammo, Cornelius. This is our moment. Let's go get him, brother.
Okay.
Let's do it.
What the two men failed to realize was the Mauser chamber's 10 rounds, not 6.
Things could have been different for you two, my friend.
You tell him I gave you a run for your money. You tell him I fought hard.
You just don't get it, do you? History doesn't remember those that followed the rules.
On that day in 1902, Freddie Four-Eyes shot and killed Johnny Slowdraw and Cornelius Kaepernickle. And from there it was a smooth trip to Mexico for Freddie Four-Eyes. But just before he crossed the border and lived his life a free man, something rather unusual happened to him.
You see this, Isaiah? Their four-wheeled machines are useless without roads like these. They'll never replace a fine mare like yourself. Come on. Freedom is only 10 miles away. What? No!
Freddie Four-Eyes never made it to Mexico. But oddly enough, his horse did. It's almost ironic that the very thing that Freddie Four-Eyes ran from the most was the very thing that brought his demise. It was actually from his death that the phrase "look both ways before crossing" came to life. On behalf of the Department of Historical Inaccuracies, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this walk through the past. That's all. Bye.